Hi everyone, this is the Abundance Oracle. This is going to be a real fast one. We're going to talk about cash flow. I usually revise every 6 months my cash flow plan and see where there's any holes, look at any problems coming up, or is it smooth sailing from here for the next 6 months. So when you do that for yourself, you're going to take wherever you make your money. So for me, that's rental property. I take down the total amount of income and I subtract out any expenses I have. Depending upon which property it is, I have different expenses. And that gives you the income before taxes. So you want to do that for every single business that you own. Some people are going to have different type of cash flow. Let's say you own a laundromat. 92% of laundromats do very well, especially if you have someone who knows how to repair the machines and everything themselves. That's a big cost if you have to call somebody in to do the repair. Okay, so then you would have the income from the machines, from maybe selling soap, from I'm trying to think what else do you have in a laundromat. I haven't been there in so long. But okay, so your machinery basically is your biggest thing, right? And then you're going to take out your repairs. You're going to have a lot of repairs. You'll either own the building or you rent the building, but the cost of the building to use it, or the opportunity cost, I say, of not renting it to somebody else, right? Because if you weren't renting it, you'd be renting it to someone else and have income coming in. If you are renting, if you don't own it and you are renting from someone, then you would have your rental expense down there, your repair costs, maybe improvements. There may be machines on a rotating basis. So I don't know, maybe you put 10% of your 5%, 10% aside every month for your new machines that you're going to have to get. I don't know how long it takes to use up a machine. Flooring, chairs, soda machines, candy machines. You might make money off of those candy machines and everything. So anyway, you do that down. The bottom, you get your total amount of income before taxes. And at some point in time, if you're new to this, your income after taxes will exceed the amount you earn at your business. And that's your Independence Day, as you call it, independence from working. However, I want you to think of this. If you stop working when you reach that point that you can pay all your bills and have a little emergency aside, your whole cash flow machine remains at that level. So that's the good news and the bad news. You can afford to stop working. However, if you want to have abundance in your life, or if you want to have so much abundance that you can contribute it to your kids, and that's called generational wealth. It passes from one generation to the next. Then you don't necessarily stop working. You just may switch your job to working for yourself. So it's not like you're going to sit around and stop working. In fact, there's many people I know who are retired because they've purchased their businesses or rental property and say they work now more than when they had just a plain old job. And I think that's true for me. I'm always so busy. You see how often I get to get over here. But I'm working on, so my next couple of weeks before I talk to my coach, I'm working on, I'm going to do my charts over. And I have to get in touch with my tax woman to help me figure out what tax strategies I need to do, because the new beautiful bill, is that what it's called, has a lot of different tax strategies. So I need to have a conversation with them. How do I need to change my business practices? Or can I take more deductions or less deductions? Or should we spend some of the money we made because the capital investment will be able to be totally written off, or some really good piece of news I'm hoping for. So that's one of the things I'm going to do. And I have to hunt down some stuff, some paperwork that I have. And I started 30 years ago and it was all fine, but now I'm 65, so I'm going into my later years and need to restructure and at least re-look at everything. The kids are old enough now, they don't need a trust the same way they did before when, I could have died early and they needed the money and needed someone to do the closing down of the estate for them. So anyway, this is what I'm up to for the next couple of weeks. I need to find someone to move in, 2 people to move in upstairs my apartment, and 1 person to move in over at my guest cottage. And maybe giving up the Palm Beach tenant too. There's a story behind that one. I'm not going to tell it now. Okay, love you all. Keep on doing the good work, plugging away. I love you all. If you have any questions, or if you know something that I should have added to the cash flow conversation, because I mostly do all rentals. So there might be something about a business that you know that I didn't include. If there's something you would add to that, please write it below and help everybody out. We learn from each other. Thank you. Bye-bye. Love ya.